want to know which planet was causing your suffering? How about Earth?
Hey everyone, Brandflakes here, back with a new Shadowverse 2 video. For today's video, I want to go over the new and improved version of Tempo Forest that has come out with set 3. This deck has come with one major improvement with this new set, and that's going to be the presence of M. Jerebane, the pretty much only addition you added to this deck from set 2. And this is going to kind of be a budget-ish version on the screen because I don't own the third Amataz, but just know that if you're playing the quote-unquote full version of this deck, this is originally Toby's deck. I don't know if Toby would still play this deck because they've long swapped off Forest and they've gone to Dragon on stream. So I don't know what their updated version looks like, but I've been playing this version and it's been going pretty well for me, so I haven't adjusted it to those versions where you play Odins instead of some copies of other cards. So we'll go over those tech cards later in the video. If you guys want to jump straight to the gameplay, I'll have it marked in the timestamps if you just want to see me play. And I think I'll try and choose a game where I explain my thought process, but we'll see if I do that. But if I don't, I'll explain it here so they can see the, I guess, more calm version and take of the explanation of the game plan and all that. So getting into the actual game plan, Tempo is pretty self-explanatory. You basically want to play cards that give you a advantage on the board, and then you want to snowball that board control and that board presence into a very early win by using your closers like Roach or Arya charge minions. Now, the reason why Tempo Forest works very well, it should honestly be named Aggro Forest because of the way it works, is that Forest has a lot of very mana efficient cards. So stuff like May, stuff like Lily, stuff like Amataz even. These are all cards, Faye as well, these are all cards that are really good for their mana cost, and while they don't give you a lot of card efficiency, they tend to trade up in mana value a lot. So for example, May is a 1 mana card, and she'll very often kill a 2 mana or 3 mana minion instead of 1 mana minion, and she leaves behind a body. And if you guys like watch a lot of gameplay or play a lot of games, you'll notice that when you play double fairy into May, even if you're just using May on a 1 HP target, what you end up doing is you end up having like a 2 body swing, because instead of having your fairy swing into the minion and not playing May, which means that you're like down 1 body, you're saving that fairy and also gaining a body through May. So it's sort of these type of things where the advantages are theoretically small because the minions aren't very threatening by themselves, but then by playing these very good tempo turns, you can then snowball your lead with stuff like Faye, which essentially doubles your effective stat total on your boards early on. And then even stuff like Amataz, if you have a lot of fairies in your hand, you can make Amataz a lot more powerful than he's supposed to be as a 3 cost. Like we all know how Convocation, Fairy Tamer, Amataz looks on the other side. 6/6 for 3 mana is almost impossible to deal with unless you're lucky on your side. And the true is very same for a lot of these other cards like Bale. If you play Bale really cheaply, the main difference between Tempo Forest and Roach, or like proper Carbuncle Roach, is that you want to play Bale basically as soon as possible, as efficiently as possible. So you don't want to wait until Bale is 0 cost unless the game has kind of trended out that way. You want to play Bale when he's like 1 or 2 mana and you can swing the board into your favor. And then by doing so, you can have the extra 4/4 body for, again, very cheap, and also swing the tempo into your favor because you managed to cheat out a 4 damage 4/4, which is essentially an Evo at that early of a stage, and then you push the enemy's face with more damage. And obviously that won't always go perfectly and according to plan, but you know how it is, it's just the game. Lily is the main difference with this deck and a lot of other Tempo Forest decks. You can either play Lily or you can play Odins, and if you want to play all 3 Odins, usually you take out an Arya or a Titania for that 3rd Odin, and also obviously Amataz, the 3rd copy, is the Wild Heart. The main difference between Lily and Odin is that I think Odin isn't that good. I watched a lot of Odin Tempo Fairy decks, and I'm sure that there's a lot of games where Odin just straight up wins the game, but to me, the reason why Odin doesn't feel great as a Tempo Forest deck is because what happens a lot with Odin is that you either don't get the lethal with him because the opponents heal, or you end up playing Jerry and destroying Odin anyways, because obviously Jerry replaces your deck and hand. And now if you don't know what Jerry is, I probably should explain this earlier, but Jerry is essentially a new neutral legendary with his new set, where when you play him, you gain a 1 mana spell that executes a chosen target, and then if you evolve him, you gain the crest, which replaces your deck with the Jerry deck. And this is a 76 card deck, and he also makes it so that when you deck out, you actually win the game instead. And then the final point of text that's the most important is that you discard everything in your hand and you draw 6 cards, not including the card that you draw at the beginning of your turn. So you actually draw 7 cards in total with Jerry at minimum. And so it takes you about 10-11 turns to fully draw out your deck from the moment you play him. And that's really important because if you guys have ever played Tempo Force in set 1 or set 2, you'll realize that the major weakness of Tempo Force is that you run out of cards if you can't kill your opponent in time. It's very, very common for you to have literally 2 cards left, like 2 real cards left by turn 7 because you've played everything else beforehand. And with Jerry, what ends up happening is that if you dump your entire hand and you have nothing left to give an offer, your final Evo can be on Jerry, and that ends up saving you some games that you would have otherwise always lost. And in certain matchups, like for example Modibus, where you are very unlikely to win with Tempo because Modibus obviously has very good board control with all their mode cards being very flexible. You can win instead with Jerry if they don't get their mode on in time, and then you win with the deck out instead of having to try and punch through a million taunts, a million heals, and whatever else mode can do by that time. And obviously, it's very important to note that because you are aggro more than Tempo, you can still cheat out a lot of wins with this deck without ever playing Jerry. So there are certain times where it's correct to never Evo Jerry, but instead play him for the body and also gain the execute spell for the next turn or 2. Because being a 1-mana spell, you can combo that very easily with Roach, and even something like Cynthia, in case you get through 2 taunts. Cynthia kills one, and the spell kills the other, and then you get through 2 taunts, and you can swing for 9 damage with the Cynthia ping and the 4 fairies you've built. It's really, really efficient, and Jerry is just kind of the perfect capstone to a deck that ironically hasn't really gotten many upgrades from set 3. Like, Jerry being the sole card you add is kind of crazy. And the very last thing we'll go over before we jump over to the gameplay. Obviously, I guess if you skip to gameplay, you would never hear this part, but whatever. These will be the flex cards for Jerry, these 6 cards. If you're missing stuff like Amataz, Jerry, and Odin, you can add in more and more Wild Hearts, just because the Amataz is more of a high roll option because you need to get Fairy Convocation and Fairy Tamer, obviously. So Wild Heart is a pretty good in-between thing where, like, on turn 3, she represents a Amataz, and like, let's say that you played Fairy Convocation into Fairy Tamer. If you never own that Amataz to begin with, at least Wildheart can trade into stuff like Grimnir. She can trade into stuff like Barrel and save some HP. She can trade into like 1/2s or 2/1s and still give you a body, right? She's not as good as Amataz in the highest of roll situations, but as a card that you drew in replacement of him, she's fine. And then Jerry, while he is a very, very important win con, again, you do win a lot of your games through just raw tempo. So Wildheart is a very good budget option for this deck. I'd run 3 of her if you just really want to play this deck, but you don't have enough Jerry's and Amatazes to fill it out. Titania and Arya, these 2 cards you can play less of just because it's, again, a lot of just like consistency differences. If you want to see Titania and Arya more often because you want to rely on the like tempo aspect more, then you can play them a bit more, but just remember that you're taking out Odins in exchange for these Titanias and Aryas. Lily obviously is the direct Odin replacement. You're only running 2 of her because she's a very card efficient, and she is a very mana efficient card as well, but she's not as great for raw tempo because her stats are really low for aggression. But for me, again, I like Lily more because she represents a bit more card draw, and occasionally she survives on board because you got such good mana efficient plays that you can just even Evo her and get the damage from the Evo and also get an extra card, which can save you a lot of games because maybe that 1 card you drew from Lily Evo gives you the Jerry that you needed to finish out the game later on. So hopefully this is a good rundown, nice and short. I know you usually talk for a lot longer, probably even talked too much for this part, but hopefully if you're at this point, the gameplay will explain a lot more of the plans and things you want to do with this deck better than I can kind of do in shorthand. So I'll see you guys in the next video or in the gameplay. Also, how rude of the game to promote me to Diamond right before my critical trial. I'm losing all of this progress towards my GM title right when I hit Diamond. The issue is that like it doesn't even do anything. Like, you can't ban with top deck in this game because you don't know what they top deck. Because the hand is totally randomized. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed. The game just it just randomizes which side the card is pulled from. There's no consistency, so you can't even BM if you wanted to. So you can't even card track properly. It's just whatever the it wants to do. Why? Why that one? I don't have a good play. I'm just gonna be stupid. I'm fairly certain I'm Jerrying because I didn't get Amataz. I didn't draw Titania yet. I don't have Arya. I like one decent play this upcoming turn. I'm trying to play Lily and stuff and go wide. Go as wide as I can so that I can play Bale along with Jerry. Faye? I can't play... I still can't play Bale though. I needed to play May last turn. This is a Roach. You don't like card tracking and Hearthstone makes you play based on reads like IRL? I guess, yeah. I see what you mean with that. 2, 1, 2. I can play Lily, May. Then Jerry next turn. Lily, May, or Jerry. I select these two, Jerry's on the 1. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna commit to the Bale plan. I can drop them to 12 HP. 4, 3. Axia, Lashana. Axia is 5. Lashana is 4 and 4. Supplicant is 2. Oh, but there's puppets. There's puppets. I mean, I think there's skill in like knowing where your opponent's stuff is. That's why I'm not happy about Shadowverse taking that out. But I see why people would like it, to be fair. It's almost impossible for them to clear this. They don't have the puppets for Congregants of Destruction. I have a full board. My next turn is gonna be Winged Lions into Wasteland Destruction. Huh. Sylvia, Super Evo, kills Bale, kills Jerry. They kill one of the Lilies. And they kill May. They kill Faye, rather. Is it worth playing it this way? I can't play Zudia. The Shenna. I don't like the Shenna here. I also just play Great Testimony. Great Testimony. I get a 4-4. I get a 4-4 and a 2-2. Congress Super Evo. Hello? Oh! Oh wait, okay, I thought I could destroy. I don't know what I was thinking there. I thought Illusion Destruction Conjuration was a destroy a board. What am I doing? I panicked for no reason. What was that? The timer went down, I saw that pop up the last possible second, I just went, uh-oh. I'm dying. They kill both, they swing, they have no Super Evos. Their deck is really bad without Super Evos, and I have R&B. I can also just Great Testimony. I probably will Great Testimony. Great Testimony with R&B to have maximum board presence. Wasteland, valid. They burn a card. Oh, Congregant. Okay. Congregant plus what? Belharia. Congregant, Belharia, Apostle. 4. R&V is way more pressure than Congregant and Belharia. Like, if I play Congregant and Belharia, that's a punish. I got nothing. I have Wired to Soul. Will they pop in to destroy your board? They got no eggs and puppets. Yeah, Congregant 6 mana. I mean, they could play Puppet Theater as a puppet. Puppet Theater, puppet, Congregant. Get lucky, kill all my R&Bs. kill all my jeeps. It's a possibility. Obviously not likely though, but it's a possibility. Speaking of supplicant, I actually have the thingy here. That's nice. So Prano, draw, cycle. They're dead no matter what with supplicant. If it's only supplicant destruction or congregate destruction, because I have a little bit on board. Oh no, it's not dead no matter what. I need 1 more damage. This is 11 plus 3. This Lily has been on board the entire game, by the way. This Lily's been on board since my first Jerry turn.
Medium rare.
It's also good enough hands.
Or well done.
I'll keep all of it. Canon Love Sign would have seen that? Probably. I believe it. Do I coin? I'm probably coining this. I have Roach. Oh, I didn't unturn. Pretty sure I'm just ramming it into the face.
I hope my potions can help.
Ah.
What's today's happy little surprise?
I should have cleared Penelope. They might have whatchamacallit, Sage Light. They will have Sage Light rather.
Elements rage.
They definitely have second Sage Light. Oh god.
Look on the bright side.
Put her under the bridge.
Oh boy.
Let's play a game. Let's play a game. How does one adult?
I fear this might be a loss. Sage Light to clear the board, and then Angrea next turn. One more time.
Works too hard.
Okay, well we definitely have Angrea after all that. Do I just Jerry? I can't Jerry.
Let's play a game. Let's play a game.
I mean, I have to play into it. They definitely, if they don't have Angrea, that's like a nightmare for them. They probably have her, but this way I leave 2 fairies alive
Tear this
for
world
Gents.
apart.
They clear. This still works.
Foiled
They
again,
still leave 2
but
fairies
not
alive. I can
finally
join face.
adult. Same time tomorrow? Same time tomorrow?
Yamatas.
Let's play a game. Tag. Same time tomorrow? I pledge my life to this forest. Let's play a game.
Don't look away.
I won't let you trample our home.
I'll get you next time. Coming through.
How's the matchup versus Spell Boost? More the same. Pray.
Elements rage.
Get on your hands and knees and pray. That's the entire matchup.
Same time tomorrow?
Not just for you. It's for you and the Spell Boost player.
Not an option.
You are both on your hands and knees and praying.
Give me my leash. Same time tomorrow?
Oh, it is so disgusting.
My wings shall be your deliverance.
The world is full
Do I
of
even have
splendor.
people? Next turn?
Hear the primal leave this place.
I think I do. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Coming through.
They need Sage Light. They need Norman, I think, specifically.
Of knowledge.
Oh, that works too, actually. How much damage is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. It's not quite enough.
There's no end to a fairy blader's training. Embrace divinity.
I might actually lose.
Coming through.
I might actually lose. Seraphic
May
Tidings.
wings be at your back. Ready, Freya?
Right behind you, Anne.
Seraphic Tidings.
An endless journey.
They kill it anyways.
Let's continue.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 7. Too much. 1, 3, 4. I'm 1 off lethal still. I am 1 off lethal. So I need to wait 1 more turn. So if I play this Jerry, I'm just playing Jerry. No, isn't it just Jerry? I dump my entire hand and play Jerry.
Embrace divinity.
Yeah, I have nothing left. I think it's actually better to play like this. 'Cause I literally have nothing anymore. I have nothing after this turn.
I see.
Jerry pass hold. I mean, there's... I don't know. I think...
Congregation.
How does one adult?
Rise above.
I don't know. There's a lot of ways to kill.
Off guard.
These are, yeah, there's a lot of ways to kill. For example, Galmew. Hello, Kai_XD09. Hope you've been well. It's been a bit.
I need an adult.
Life updates go? Basically nothing. I went to China back in May, June, went to Netherlands in July, went to Anime NYC last month, got sick for a bit. I have a job interview tomorrow. We'll see how that goes.
Smart to play with fire.
Hopefully it goes well.
Generations continue.
Was my failure written in the stars?
Stand out.
She is in Dallas,
On your
so...
knees, like the rest of the world.
Yeah.
You're just a beast.
I think this is a good game. I feel like this game is smart. But, I don't know, it probably didn't matter that much. I need to know how... I need the odds of drawing lethal compared to my actual deck.